5 Sagittarius Man weaknesses in love. It is no wonder that you are interested in a Sagittarius man, as he has many excellent qualities, but understanding your Sagittarius man's main weaknesses is a vital aspect of getting to know this sign in a deeper and more realistic sense. A Sagittarius man's weakness in terms of love includes being short-tempered, which makes him impatient. He's very straightforward and doesn't mince his words because he has difficulty controlling what he says. He is also reckless and inconsistent, as he doesn't want to be stuck in the same situation for a long time. Okay, sounds simple enough, but we've just scratched the surface. Before we get into the details of his weaknesses, let's first see what it's like to date him. Dating a Sagittarius man. Sagittarius men are self-assured, or to put it another way, arrogant, and he isn't worried about rejection and will almost always be the one to initiate contact. He won't fall in love with you from afar. Instead, he'll come up to you and want to get to know you. But just because he is flirting with you doesn't mean he's interested in a long-term relationship with you. In reality, he has the ability to back out of any potential commitment. Because he's the type of guy that takes people for a ride and simply keeps them around to enhance his ego. He may not know what he wants when it comes to love at first, and he won't be clear on his purpose until he knows for sure that there's a chance of genuine connection with a partner. Dating a Sagittarius man involves accepting that he is tough to persuade to commit. He is unreliable, and tends to alter his mind about his feelings. A Sagittarius man's optimistic view on life is another desirable quality. As he approaches everything with energy and positivity. Even when confronted with difficulty. He remains grateful for the chances and life lessons he can get from it, and he simply refuses to think about the past. Sagittarius men have a tendency to assume that everything will turn out okay. And to disregard any problems that occur until it's too late. Unfortunately, because he strives to maintain a positive attitude and isn't a terrific thinker, he can come out as irresponsible and untrustworthy at times. So when it comes to an emergency, he isn't the best person to call. A Sagittarius man will enjoy the thrill of the chase in the early stages of a relationship. Because he is confident and capable of reaching his most cherished desires in life, including you. He isn't the type to keep his mouth shut with either his words or his behavior. He will be honest, therefore, he doesn't get along with those who are overly sensitive. Or with those who don't get his personality. The flexible characteristic of the Sagittarius man causes him to be a little unlimited. And he's not the most dependable person simply because he's so inconsistent and always on the lookout for new techniques to pass the time. But that does not, however, imply that he is untrustworthy. He is honest in the relationship or in a friendship when it comes to his actions and words. But not so when it comes to emotional affection. He is giving and willing to help others. Yet his decisions to help others might be thoughtless, and he will struggle to keep promises and execute commitments. If you ask him for advice, he will give it to you, but it will be harsh and upfront, so don't expect a Sagittarius man to be shy about expressing his feelings. This man may not be the best love partner. Because he appreciates his independence and avoids discussing his feelings, but there are a lot of good qualities that make him ideal. Okay, now that you understand what it's like to date a Sagittarius man, make sure to smash the like button. 5 weaknesses of a Sagittarius man in love. 1. He is short-tempered. Sagittarius men are short-tempered and sensitive when it comes to people they consider close to them, whether it's their romantic partner or family members. It can be seen that this kind of mentality frequently leads to contradictions in relationships. Sagittarius men are impulsive, which is a good attribute to have, but it may also lead to him reacting rashly to situations. As a result, he may come across as an irritable person who could snap at any time, and he may also lose his cool as an instinctive reaction to a circumstance. And act in ways that are inconsistent with his normally charming and fun-loving attitude. Though he despises drama and arguments and seeks to avoid them, when he does become angry, his words may cause emotional damage to others. 2. He is inconsistent. Sagittarius men are inclined to boredom and, as a result, they can be unreliable because several things attract their attention, yet they frequently lose interest and give up before putting out any serious effort. It takes a lot to keep him connected to something long enough for it to produce positive outcomes. Otherwise, he will try new things and abandon them, or he will quickly grow bored of his romantic partner. Sagittarius men continuously seek new experiences, and they may not stay focused on one activity for lengthy periods of time. Because they may be drawn to a variety of things at the same time. Because he is so confident, your Sagittarius man takes things for granted. From having an overwhelming level of confidence, and he makes mistakes as a result. 3. He is reckless. When it comes to handling certain issues, Sagittarius men are a little impulsive. Because they frequently make split-second decisions that they later end up regretting. His casual approach toward life may cause him to act irresponsibly at times because he is also known for his reckless nature and carefree attitude. And it's possible that this careless attitude will start to stress you out. Your Sagittarius man despises staying put as he's always on the go, or wants to be going places and doing things. The nature of his mutable quality causes him to be restless, and he can be inconsistent and careless with his behavior. 4. He is harsh. Sagittarius men are straightforward. Despite the fact that this is his strong suit, he may come out as harsh or disrespectful because he finds it difficult to sugarcoat or control his words. While many people value his honesty and rely on him for his open ideas, some people may find him abrasive or harsh. As a result, your Sagittarius man is frequently accused of being unconcerned about other people's feelings. Sagittarius men are one of the most emotionally distant among all the zodiac signs. And he will never make decisions based on his emotions. So, if you're dating a Sagittarius man, don't expect him to put his life on hold to spend additional time, care and attention on you. Although he will always be there for you, it may also be tough for him to understand and appreciate your feelings at times. 5. He is impatient. Despite all of his strong characteristics, your Sagittarius man has a tendency to be impatient. And that is because he has a clear idea of what he wants and demands it right now. And if he doesn't achieve it, he becomes furious. Your Sagittarius man despises slowing things down, so he becomes impatient and restless when things do not go his way. He can't stay still and is always looking for new experiences or ways to be more spontaneous and less ordinary. And as a result, his impatience and enthusiasm can annoy others. His lack of discipline, carelessness, proclivity for changing his thoughts, his reluctance to compromise on his desires. His inability to focus on one subject at a time, and his reluctance to confront issues head-on can all have a negative impact on his relationships. A Sagittarius man's weaknesses in love. Final thoughts. The weaknesses of a Sagittarius man in love are: he is short-tempered. He is inconsistent. He is reckless. He is harsh. He is impatient. If you've enjoyed this video and want more, make sure to like and subscribe.